connected, in fact.
Why wouldn't they just do 2 separate units then? I'm kind of confused by that.
Good question. Because they have more money than sense.
Yeah, just some,
Yeah.
so the engineer thinks that's a good idea somewhere.
Because they didn't want 2 units, they only want 1 unit.
Wouldn't
And
it
they
be
wanted
cheaper
to do that.
2 separate units?
Same questions we ask as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's some reasons for it, but it's not. There's no good technical reasons for it. Okay. So that's how you handle backdraft issues with site access units. Okay. So then one of the last areas we want to cover for all of the systems, unless you guys have questions about SAH, is material.
You're talking about PFUs?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. All right. So the other cassette-based system we have.
One last question, Kevin. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Which of these units are actually larger in physical circumference? Is it the deep bed? Are they larger?
Depends on your airflow. Comparatively, for let's say a 10,000 CFM deep bed system is far larger than an SAH system. Yeah. So it goes on that maximum velocity. So a SAH system has SAH 18 system has 500 feet per minute. Deep bed system has 100 feet per minute. So it's literally 5 times larger than the SAH system. Okay. So it's typically 5 times more expensive, 5 times bigger.
5 times more media.
5 times more media.
That's exactly right. Okay. All right. So the PFU, guys, is a version of a site access unit, except it's typically sold as a standalone system. Okay, and it's going to have.
What is that?
That might be my.
Oh, is it a cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The old Ma Bell ringer on there.
What does PFU stand for?
Packaged filter unit. Okay, basically it's a self-contained system. Okay, so this unit will very often be shipped to a customer and brought into a control room and set in the corner and plugged in. Okay, so it's kind of a self-contained deal. Typically, a PFU is a recirculation unit. So air is coming in through the bottom. It's going through one set of cassettes. It's got a blower. It's got another set of cassettes. It's got a final filter here, and then the air comes out somewhere in the top, and it's just recirculating the air in the room. So it's typically a recirculation unit. Now you can make some modifications, and you can connect a duct to it here and bring in air from the outside, draw air from the outside, purify it, and then put it into the room if you want to as well. Okay, but generally a PFU is nothing but an upright site access system that's kind of used to be standalone. So most site access systems are designed to attach to the building and into the HVAC system as well. And the PFU unit's usually kind of designed to be a standalone unit. And so, and theoretically this unit could be built on its side to do the same thing, but we would just generally call that a SAH unit instead. Okay, so if it's an upright unit, it's typically used to be standalone. It typically goes in the control room. And we put the cassettes here and here usually to try to make it a little bit quieter and put the blower in the middle between them. Because it's in a control room and you know the guys are working in there and they won't have to shout to each other back and forth because the air purification system's on.
And you have PP12s or PP18s also?
Typically 12s. Typically a PFU has PP12 inside of it. Okay? So that's PFU. There's not a lot to it. It's kind of a version of a site access unit. I'll mention as well, in the same category is our DC1 and DC mini units. Okay, and a DC1 is for data centers. So it's like this, except it's got to look a little bit less industrial, a little more data center-ish. It's smaller, a little more compact, And instead of having PP12 cassettes, it has trays of media in there in a V-bank. Okay, and then a blower down to the bottom. And this is actually put on wheels, and they can wheel around inside of a data center. So we sell a lot of these in Pakistan, believe it or not, because the air quality is so bad there. We have a good rep that's there. So that's a DC-1. This is 1,000 CFM. This is one of two standard units that we offer out there, right? Everything else is very customized. These are pretty much standard units. And then we have a DC Mini that's a little bit smaller, has the same deal. It's on wheels. It has one little cassette in there, which is kind of like a PP12. It's not exactly a PP12. And it's called the DC Mini.
Is that in your office?
Yeah, it's the one that's in my office, and it's 500 CFM. Okay, these are all in the PFU family, let's call it. Package filter units, standalone type recirculation systems. Okay?
And a DC Mini to get rid of Chinese herbal
Medicine,
scents
yes.
would be what, the Pure Air or the
CPS blend.
Would be a CPS blend, okay.
Yeah, that's your catch-all commercial. We'll
Guy
grab
didn't call me
everything.
this one, acupuncture
What are you
guy.
into? Yeah,
I know, some
that's
acupuncture guy called me this morning.
And we're actually selling a bunch of DC-1 units right now for a marijuana project, actually. So we've got a customer in Baltimore who's producing medical marijuana, and they've got medical marijuana smell, and they need 17 DC-1 units to go into their facility to keep down the pot smell.
Yep.
So, get all sorts of, crazy inquiries like that.
Maybe we can sell the filters after they're spent.
That's right. Might be illegal to possess those filters.